Hey everyone, welcome back to MountCast this week. It's the week of October 28th. We have a lot for you this week, and we also have some tips on how you can save money. With me, as always, is Jason and Anna.
What's up?
Hey.
Like I said, we're doing a different format this week, so I'll turn it over to Jason. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Instead of just listing off the events, we can utilize it a little bit and kind of explain some things that you can do in college to save yourself some money, which I think is a big topic for most people, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm personally usually broke 95% of the time, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So in general, kind of going into it a little bit, how to save some money is when you get the textbooks and everything like that, you should usually buy or rent the used books. I personally rent them just because I don't think I'll take them out after college. What do you guys think about, you guys usually do that?
Yeah, I usually rent them, or you can return them, and I think it's great. The bookstore now has a price matching feature, so if you find a textbook on Amazon and bring it to them, they'll match the price.
I always use Chegg. They let you rent books, and they'll send you them in the mail with little goodies, and then it's free shipping back. So I like that feature.
And for those on campus, when I lived on campus my freshman, sophomore year, I don't think there was a time I did not eat on campus. Even though people are like, oh, let's go out, and I'm like, no, I'm going to eat these meals. They have their moments, but, I enjoy the food majority of the time.
You're already paying for it. You might as well take advantage of that.
Right.
And I think in Fifth Third they're having new ice cream options, so they're bringing that back.
Oh, thank God.
I know a couple weeks ago we had Noah talking about how they mixed up their cookie situation.
Ooh.
What was the cookie situation?
They had monster cookies.
What?
Yeah, they were so good.
I hate being a commuter now. And then going off with the food, if you're a commuter or anything, limit how much you eat out. I can't tell you how many times I've been with my roommates and stuff, and they're like, hey, you want to go to Wendy's or something? And I'm like, sure. And then I end up spending $18 on food, and I'm like, I just feel fat afterwards. And then I also look at my bank account and I'm in the red.
Yep. Learn how to cook. It's not that hard. You got this.
And going to the grocery store is definitely going to save you more money, and you'll get more meals out of it.
Mm-hmm. And while we're on learning how to do things, make sure that you know how to use your washing machine. We've had some issues lately with students not properly using their washer and dryer.
And the police will confiscate your clothes.
That is a strong issue. And then while talking about clothes, if you ever end up having to burn them in the washer and dryer, you can go to thrift stores and stuff to buy those clothes. Yes, it's not the best option, but you're looking at $5 t-shirts, and dress shirts are probably around $6. And then they even have discounts on specific tags. Mm-hmm. I literally just bought 2 jerseys from there. I'm actually wearing one right now, and then I bought my Halloween costume there as well. Just kind of going, oh, sorry about that. Talking about events and stuff for food and activity, those are some things, you're paying for that as well. Your money from your tuition some of that's going towards the events and stuff and for that food. And, going off of that, some of the events that they're hosting for that, the Halloween haunt, the tickets are $5. Going to Kings Island for only $5, sign me up. I don't know about you, I've always paid $35 just for a one-day thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Last year I went, and it was so much fun. We got to go on as many rides as we wanted. We got to go through different corn mazes, and I don't know, it was a lot of fun to go with friends. So I would definitely go.
I went my freshman year. I was still in my costume. I was in shorts and a t-shirt, and it was raining. It was horrible.
Oh, no.
I was freezing cold the whole time. It was such a bad choice for me.
I'm not going to lie, I've never been, but if you're not much of a Halloween haunt person, you can even go to the bowling club on Sundays at 9 p.m. I hear they have $5 bowling over at Stumps.
Yeah, I've actually been a lot over, sometimes I've been there mostly sophomore year, but I'm kind of busy, so I haven't been able to go recently. But, with that, you get to bowl for 2 hours as much as you want. I remember Kevin Polking, he's the one who started the club. We'd probably do 6 matches or so, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. My arm was so sore. But definitely a good time. And, I found some other things that you can do outside of the events. They're not as cheap, but, it's better than what they're usually at. So I found them actually on Groupon. One's a murder mystery dinner for one or two at the Murder Mystery Company. And what I kind of got from their website and stuff after I kind of researched it, it's like like those dinners where you're in character. And you're either the murderer or like you have to act a certain way, and that's kind of what it is. And I always wanted to do one of those. I don't know about you guys, but I always.
Wait, so you've always wanted to act like a murderer? Please clarify that.
No, not the murderer. No, not the murderer. No. I'd like be like one of the guests. So like I'd be like a snooty rich guy, or I'd finally be able to be Professor Plum from Clue.
Yeah, Clue. That was the best game ever.
It was. We need to bring that back.
Or Colonel Mustard. The two top guys I would always play. And then another one, if you're wanting to continue with the Halloween mazes and everything like that, or the scary mazes, there's 24% off the tickets for Lane of Illusion. I personally haven't gone, but I do enjoy the mazes. I usually try to not make it try to go for the scares. I just try to make jokes to make it easier for some of the people. I remember I was actually just at Dent Schoolhouse with a buddy of mine who got us tickets for free because his boss and stuff worked to deal with them to get tickets, and they get like a meal or something for free. And there was a group, and this little girl was in the group ahead of us, so we were just making jokes to make it easier for her because she was terrified just waiting in line.
So you're all about comforting the other customers
and ourselves. We made it. There was a thing hanging up, and we were like, hey, isn't that Justine? And he was like, oh, yeah. And then, when you get to, one of the areas, it's like a dance-looking area. And I was just like, hey, I told I was with my cousin. I was like, hey, weren't you supposed to go with Justine here? And he was like, yeah, but she's too busy hanging out with other people. And I'm like, that's too far. And, just going off of that, some other ways you could kind of save money, kind of going back into that. Get a water bottle for water instead of buying all of your drinks. I personally don't do this. I wish I should. I really should, because I drink nothing but soda, and it's a horrible thing. I actually did it for a little bit my freshman year, but then I lost the water bottle, and I was like, eh.
And at these major events on campus, put on by CAB and SGA, they hand out a lot of water bottles or any just memorabilia. And there's different locations upon campus that you can fill up water bottles, and the water's good. It's nice and cold.
Yeah, I always go down to the commuter lobby in the basement seat, and they have that water cooler. It's a pretty nice place to fill up on water.
And kind of going off with the events and other stuff, that's another place where you can get a lot of free stuff. I remember my sophomore year we had Mountain Dew reps there, and me and Kevin Polking actually got free Mountain Dew t-shirts. It was pretty awesome. I don't know where that shirt is, but I can find it eventually.
Yeah, I got a free koozie from Homecoming.
Yep.
Oh. And we were actually, I think they took a picture of us, and I think we're on their Twitter somewhere or something like that. So if you ever check Mountain Dew's Twitter, try to find a picture of us. I would be excited to find out where that is. And then, for those commuters who aren't on campus, I know if, for the most part, I know my roommates usually on Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, they commute, they carpool together, so that way, they're not driving constantly, with their own car to save up on gas a bit. If you want to earn a little bit of money, I know quite a few people, including my roommate, one of my roommates, they go to CSL Plasma to donate. They give you $50 the first few times, and then after it goes down depending on your weight, but still good way to get money. You can go, I think you can go twice a week, but it's still good money to make.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's always an option.
Right.
And there's different locations near the school, so there's options.
Exactly. And then kind of going off of the blood thing, the blood drive is coming this Friday. It's going to be in the old gym from 9 to 3. And if you donate, you get a Grader's gift card. I mean, who doesn't like free ice cream? I mean,
can't go wrong there. Get some chip wheelies, maybe some black raspberry chip.
That's my favorite flavor.
Now I'm gonna have to get ice cream after this. But generic brand, that's gonna save you a lot of money. I know most people don't like the Psst brand or the Big K or anything like that, but
See, I know a lot of people don't go with the generic brands, but if you can get it for a lot cheaper and it tastes pretty much the same, if you don't know that they're different, you would never know the difference.
The Oreos are a lot different. I will say that the Psst brand Oreos are no, never again. And another thing, if you want to get a little more spending cash, is sell things you don't want. I know there's GameStop will buy those things. They're not as good with getting you a little bit more money. But there's also another place by that BW3s on Anderson Ferry, me and my roommates have taken most of our old gaming systems and everything up there, and I got about like $50 for everything. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's more than what I had at the point. So I actually had stuff to get food and stuff.
Well, you could either pack your lunch or dinner, and by doing that, that will help you save money, and it'll give you the options like that you want to eat rather than having to decide what you want to eat in the cafeteria or going out to fast food.
Oh, I just forgot. I just remembered one. So when it comes to like TV and stuff, if you're on campus, if you're not paying for Netflix and stuff, I would say go ahead and use it. But they do offer the cable for a reason, so that way you're not really paying for the cable. But for the commuters, to be entirely honest, I think it's cheaper just to get internet and then Hulu or Netflix. I've done that pretty much since last year, and it's not stirred me wrong.
I hope you enjoyed our new format. If you ever have any suggestions for us, or if you liked the old format or this format better, please feel free to email us at msjupodcast@gmail.com. Thanks for listening. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.